We are looking for good presentations, clear idea of where you want to go with the game, and how you're going to integrate it with this class with the studios here. So make sure you can put that together. Again, if you know somebody else, tell them what they need to do in order to have a successful pitch. IGF. So I know a few teams have submitted for the International Game Festival or Independent Game Festival. So we'll see how those go. I think 4 of them have been submitted, right? Samir, Crimson Knights, Great War, and Olympus have all been submitted. If you haven't submitted, tough, it's too late. If you have submitted and I don't know it, let me know. We can get that reimbursed. So I'm currently in the process of doing that. Let's see, next. Again, make sure you do your work in the shell. I literally say this every week, so sometimes you come back at me and say, I didn't know I was supposed to do it. So do it. Hard. Welcome, Adam. Okay, next is, I'm going to skip down to Greenlight Game Jam. And actually, Stephen, do you mind coming up and talking about that real quick? Or
Adam, do you
want to talk about the Greenlight Game Jam?
So it's coming up the weekend right before Thanksgiving.
Okay. November 13th, 14th, 15th, is that right?
I believe so, yeah. And it will be here, like usual. And the Thursday before that, IGA is going to be putting on a How to Pitch for Greenlight session. And the whole point of the Greenlight Jam is to build up a prototype so you have something playable to show at the pitch.
Great. Sounds perfect. So, again, that's part of the pitching that I talked about earlier. If you want to figure out how to do it right, and/or if you want to start working on it and putting a team together to test them over the jam period, that's a great opportunity to do that. That also reminded me, you did the one already on
GEC.
Yeah. How did that go?
Went pretty well. I posted one of the links up in the unofficial forums. I'll post the other one up pretty soon. I am also updating the slides with notes, and I'm going to put them publicly online.
Okay, cool. So if you weren't there, it's probably some good information. GDC is a great event to go to meet other developers and see what the industry is doing, kind of where the pulse is. Again, you're gonna always want to know where the industry is 3 years in advance, or try to guess it 3 years or more, so that you can be part of it. Otherwise, you miss out. No one's doing just this stuff now. On that note, did you submit for IGF?
We did not. Okay. We are planning to submit for South by Southwest instead, and they run at about the exact same time.
Okay. So if anybody else is also interested in that, go ahead and do that. Again, we're going to try to get everything reimbursed for any of the different competitions that you guys submit for. Should be an issue. And then finally, we have an opportunity that came to us from the Mesa Library group. Basically, they have a space out east called Think Spot, and it's kind of like one of these, all kinds of stuff, maker space plus entrepreneurial plus, I don't know, all kinds of other things. I'll let Stephen talk a bit more about it, but he's been helping organize this, and we basically have a demo day for all of the teams here planned on November 21st, which is a Saturday. And we just need 2 from each team, preferably leads. If you can't do it, delegate to somebody else. But it's a great opportunity to get in front of the public and have actual testing done and get your games noticed. So you want to come up and talk a bit more about that, Stephen?
So, like Ben said, it's going to be Saturday, November 21st. It's going to be a public play test. They're expecting 30, maybe 40 people to show up. There's kind of 2 parts to this, and that's why we need 2 people from each team. One will be the presentation side. Each team will be kind of presenting on what their game is, any details. You have 10 minutes to pretty much give a rundown and do a short Q&A with 5 minutes in between each presentation. The other side of it is the playtest itself. We'll have a large room with 8 laptops set up, so 1 per project, with screens that are connected to it so that people can watch that aren't playing. And it's just, you need a person there to be able to set that up for them and answer any questions that they have on it. and to take notes. This is a major opportunity for you guys to kind of get some feedback on your games. And so, yeah, just be prepared to have 2 people with a 10-minute presentation and your latest build on like a flash drive or Google Drive that you can access.
Yeah, so it's anybody have any questions about that? It's a great opportunity. I don't know if you've done stuff in the public before. I know a few of you have, right? And so every time you do it, it's great to see the feedback from real people, not just us designers and developers and programmers who are so close to these things. We just last weekend I did the had game collab with a few teams there, including the TerraSec team, showing off their stuff at the Tempe library. And actually, it wasn't crowded. It wasn't packed or anything, but we had a steady flow of people at the table at all times. Literally, somebody had one of the 3 games, or all 3 games. Actually, somebody had it in their hand at all times. They kind of passed on. It was great feedback for the developers to kind of hear and listen to people. Whether they said, "Oh, this is a game I would never play," and then say, "Oh, we'll try it anyways," and then next thing you know, 15 minutes later, they're not giving it back, which is great to find out. Otherwise, it's just also good just to get out. So it's a Saturday. If you guys haven't been to the Think Spot area, it's a cool place to be. So check it out. We can work together. Thanks, Stephen.
Yep.
We can work together on finding ways to get you there, carpooling and stuff like that, because I know it's not the closest. But yeah, that's that. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's something I'll be organizing with the leads. So leads, make sure we talk about that and get the right people there, and you guys have a good presentation for that. So that's November 21st. Yeah. And I think out of all of that, one more thing. So you guys have the new online. You should be working through those kinks, and we know what most of them are. They kind of the usual things, timing and skill, task-wise. Today starts the first day of the grad students that'll be part of this program now until the end of the semester. So tonight and then every Friday they'll be here from 4:30 to 6:20. Usually I'll have the meeting in here, and then when you come in, you'll sign up, but there might be some overlap on that. Just be respectful to them in the discussion, or come and take part in it too. We'll be meeting here every Friday at that time, and then also on Mondays in the evenings as well. But they'll be part of your team. So yeah, get ready for that. They usually do something. No, they do excellent work. Grads getting in there have helped a lot. Last semester we did the marketing and getting the publicity and they blogged and stuff like that. So that was really cool for all the teams. So that's it. Anybody have any questions? Otherwise we'll move on to okay, cool. Your first time?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, is it all recording and everything? We good? Okay. All right, I'm Ben Pope from Mirror. This is the week 8 build. We actually did a lot of work for the IGF to get this submitted. Chris Elm took the ropes, and Dave Engelman and myself to get a lot of stuff included over the weekend. Chris Elm worked every night till like 5 in the morning the next day. I said, dude, we got to get this done. He was like, what's up? Let's do it. So that's why I gave him that award last time, because he's amazing. He literally takes the helm on everything. So that guy is just totally up. A programming god, if you will. So,
He's online.
yeah, no, he's actually on the internship now. He's on the internship.
He was online.
Yeah, he was on.
So good you hired.
Yeah. So the IGF is submitted. The good thing is that you can continue to submit builds. So, I mean, that's the beauty of the whole thing. Like, hey, this is the initial one, but why don't we have some more? So there are quite a few things. So I'm going to try to run through it and see if we can get through all that. So the first thing I'll show is the attic actually works now. You can actually move around it, and the camera works too as well. So Brandon Gardner's actually going to work on. He's working on texturing it, so to fix it up. But the textures are actually fixed a lot for now. Chris Selm, the programmer, went in and textured everything, believe it or not. So he made it look actually believable rather than the old wallpaper we had that was totally nasty. So we have the, you can actually move around it. And I'm going to be working on doing models that are the 2D collectibles in the game. So they're actually going to show up in this level. So you actually be able to see them as you get them in the game. So let's go back to the menu. This menu is going to be replaced. I have a new one that was worked on with Bryce. I did a re-edit to it. So that should be going pretty soon. Let's go back to the main menu. So if we go up here and go to new game. So what happens is there's a control scheme that shows you what everything is. So it may need to be artistically worked on a bit, but it shows you what the mouse does, what the keyboard does. Because I figured I know how to play the game, but the people at IGF don't know how to. They're gonna be like, "What am I doing?" So when they run around. So I'm like, we told them what to do, how to interact, how to use inventory, spacebar, and all those other controls. So this beautiful keyboard here.
Is that mouse branded?
What's that?
Is that mouse branded?
Yeah, it's Microsoft.
Is that okay?
Well, I threw it in for a placeholder. Should show
sponsorship.
I didn't do that. That'd be. So we went in here and layering issues in the town, the farm, and the forest are all fixed now, mostly. So if you go in here, you actually get the shovel. You can pull up the inventory. So we have the inventory system which tells you use this to search for items, so that way it'll know, what they want to use it for. So actually, the inventory has different tabs too. So we have the dolls, the gears, and any other inventory items you pick up in there. So we have the 3 tabs. So if you walk over here, we have this cool. So we have the different collectibles around. So this would be candy, which would actually be a health item here. Yeah. And then we have dig spots. So the dig collectibles are all over the town and all over the levels now. So if you go up here and you hit E, you can actually dig and find items hidden in these. And then that will actually show up in your inventory here. So you can see it there and it gives a description on the side. So these are in everywhere. So once the person finds them, I think that they can, pretty much surmise that this is going to be another hidden item spot here. And then also do it together. The health items work. So one of the things I'm going to show first is up in the school. The school area has some new creatures in it, so we went ahead and replaced that big lumbering placeholder bunny that was up in the playground up here with some more. And then we do some new collectibles. Also, the shadows work. So if you walk behind it, you actually get dark and by the light. So the lighting effects work. And then you go up here and you have some more. So the inventory system was a big piece that we wanted to get in to really have that working, and then also do the collectible system and finding things, searching around. So that works. I also threw cars in on each level now, so that way you have the roads. So you see the cars pass by, it's easy to go through these. So I'm going to show the farm next. So if you go in here now, you have different also spots here that you can find more stuff. And then if you go down, the hay, which was in the town, which made no sense, is out here on the farm, which makes sense. So the barn has been reworked. I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. But so if you go down here you'll see the car driving by on the road there. Got some other layers work now. We don't have a tree growing out of the house anymore. It's behind the house. So that's really cool. So if we go over here. So the barn actually has a shadow lily fight in it. It's kind of crazy. Maybe I hope I can do it right. Oh my god. So the barn has been reworked. You can see the art. I'll try to show you while she's shooting So there are 2 stages to the battle right now. And she gets damaged, she'll actually kick me outside into the farm level. So this is actually going to be one of the levels. This is like one of the final battles you fight in the game. So that's why it's going to be kind of crazy. Try to hit the right one if I can. It takes a little work. What happened?
Here's the bell. There we go.
Oh, no. Okay, now we get to the. So now you're actually brought out to the outside and they have the fighter again. The music is not going to be the same because it's too peaceful when you get out here. Like, and then you fight her. Alright, I'm gonna leave for a bit. That music will not be very peaceful like that.
Whoa. So shoot.
Right now. Okay. I'm gonna go back here and show you this. That's one of the battles we have in now. We also have the hawk battle and the forest level works too. So I'll show you that too.
Jeez, man, I should have told you about IGF ages ago.
Hey, Chris and I, he's like, let's do this. This can grow up forever.
No, I want you to aspire to this every week now.
I know I've said it.
You could have 10 boss battles by the end of this night.
Hey, I will leave something to be done later.
18 levels.
18 levels.
I'll leave anything for later. Later always messes up.
I know.
Crap always happens. Like, you sprain your ankle or something.
Yeah, I was at the plan B, plan C.
Sprain your ankle, but let doing game development.
That'd be bad.
That's what I'm saying. Stuff that totally is unrelated. Allergies. I don't know. You hurt your toe and then you take antibiotics.
So the I figured out how to stick music in the levels too, so I threw in some music. So that's why the barn level has some music in it. Also, you now go on the inside here. So this is an example of what inside levels are going to look like. The corn maze is being worked on. That's the next level that's going to go in between the farm and the town. That level is actually being worked on right now, so we should have that pretty soon, and then we'll start on the inside levels that are kind of like this. So you can get everything here. We have the food items, the type of stuff. Then you can go back into that. So I want to show the forest and hop back there. So you go in here. Normally there's a cutscene. The problem is we don't have any narrative right now because you're not done yet. So you have no clue why things are happening yet. So we will have that though one day. It's taken a long time. But normally you'll come in here, you go like this, and then Logos gets kidnapped. So the hawk comes in, Shadow Hawk comes in and kidnaps him and takes him away. So Logos has been kidnapped, and the Shadow Hawk find your way to the lair to rescue him before time is up. I'm not going to do the game over, but if you don't find him, you're screwed because he's your AI helper. So you better get to him, right? So one of the things we have different items stuff in here, which you will find later. The creatures, and it's not going to be the peaceful music you hear now. It's going to be intense. So like, dude, where are we going? So we go down here. So this is the test level for now. This will actually be a shadow arena for later. And then we're going to have the hawk in here. So this is going to be tweaked a bit for the hawk animations also. So for right now, I'm just going to try to read them and show you do it. Right now, it just goes right back, and so we have to adjust that. But it's not going to be too good. Don't do that. Okay. Now Logos should come back. Where is he? There he is. Alright, Logos is actually going to be hanging out on the tree. They're going to have a big tree here, and he's going to be like, dude, help me out. He's going to be complaining to him. So if we go back up here, we should really exit back. And now we're back in the forest. So now he's safe, and you're on your way, and then you can continue the story once we get those scenes. And then you go back to the town. And the inventory system definitely works to save. All those other things work. So that's what we have for now.
tell who you are.
Hi, I'm Eric Dutton, lead design. No, I'm Nick Reed, the project lead on Great War. Usually I just let Eric do this for me, but today I'm going to do it because he is sick with an infected toe. I'm not making this up. Okay, so we'll take a look at some of the new levels, what we have going on for each of them, and some of the improvements that we've seen. We'll go to Tony's level first. He's doing Battle of Bellwood. What he has going on in his level is something kind of unique. But we also have a screen lock-in now for the tip of the screen, or the bottom of the screen anyways. What you'll see over here is a randomly timed explosions that go off mortar shells. It's pretty interesting. If troops run into them, then they acquire damage. We have trees in the level now, thanks to Alexis. She actually made some trees for us. Very kind of her. New drag select. I think we showed that off last week though. Spawn some units and see what they can do. So it looks like they're working on the trench lines, trying to get these guys finished. It looks like the barracks doesn't really work, so figure that out next time.
Anything like this when the trees appear? Okay.
Obviously, they still have some work to do as far as getting it populated. It's going to look really good when it does get finished and completely rendered. So that's what this level looks like for now. We'll go over Battle of Leash. Oh, that's nice. Never mind, so Battle of Leash, it was just smoky. Yeah, it was the fog of war. It's basically Sing Tao, Marcus's level, also didn't get paid in. That's cool. It's nice of Eric to tell me about that. And we started going offensive. Now this one actually looks really good. This was done by the online student, I believe, who actually took level design advice. Hasn't finished it out completely. We'll probably do some work on this on ground to finish it out. It's pretty boring. It's kind of obnoxious. I really like the way this level's coming along. It's gonna look good when it's finished. No escape as well. One thing we're working on this week is working on getting the objective system into play. I believe it's almost finished, isn't it? So yeah, by next weekend, we should have a completely functional objective system, which will look awesome. Okay, what the hell happened here? The game crashed. So, thanks. We'll look at the Passchendaele level, see how this one's going. So some nice mud textures thrown in there. Trench lines look really nice. This one's coming out. Shell holes look great. Still need to get some work done as far as snapping to the screen. Making sure that we're not getting hit to the screen. Or we're not reflecting the whatever comes off the screen. And so that's been great work. Once again, still working on getting the mechanics into the game, getting a polished up level. We'll probably show that off at GBC or IGF, sorry. There you go.
Hi, I'm Donald Shepis. I'm project lead for Happy Skies. Stop laughing. Well, it was balloons for like 2 years, and then
That was code.
yeah. Well, because balloons is taken on Android and iOS, we can't exactly use that. So I have to do math and try and figure out what's a 16:9 resolution. That one. So this week we're focusing on getting additional enemies into the game. And kind of a mea culpa, I forgot to pull in all the stuff the online programmer did. So what you won't see this week, but you'll see next week, is we actually have the beginnings of our character powers. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to double click on the player character, and that will activate whatever power they have. He's got like he's got like 5 or 6 done right now. I just forgot. Our GUI is less broken, as you can see. So that's always supposed to work like that. But now it's framed up much more correctly for the 16:9. I don't know why that's locked right there, but we'll figure that one out. We also updated some of the balloons. So now they're actual balloons. We need to work on the locking, because if we just lock on one axis, they move weirdly, as you can see. So little monkeys before they get me. And then now our coins, which are going to be our premium currency, are collectible. They just don't. The GUI system hasn't been linked with them yet. So right there, that is that's our placeholder image for the doldrums, which are going to be areas of dead air. So I hit them, and no matter how much I try and move, I'm just stuck until it disappears. And then we've also got the normal clouds, which they just throw you in a random direction. So they just throw you really hard every time you bump into them. Besides that, there's some work being done on our current areas. We're trying to expand out to have 2 more sections. So that will be probably in 2 weeks from now, and we'll have the rest of our enemies done by that point as well. So that's Happy Skies for now. Next week you'll see all the wonderful work our online programmer has been doing. I just forgot, so my bad.
Crimson Knights.
Is it? John misspelled skies? That's whiskey's fault, not my fault.
Where do you have that? Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if it was a conversation or something.
No, it's, have you ever seen John write anything? Yeah.
Now you have.
No. Wait.
Yeah.
So look at the third message.
Hello?
I'm Kenny Ryan from the Crimson Knights team, and Terrence Miller is with me up here. So we have quite a few things to show for this week. So first off, we'll show on the menu. We have the backing out of a selection created. So like choose one of those, and then you can back out of the mode now. So yay, that's kind of a small thing. So first off, we'll show floors. So in floors, so floors, first off, you enter the first room, which we haven't set for random. But in this mode, it'll be random what you exactly end up with. So right there are coins. Lagging on this computer. What? Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's the computer. Oh, wow. Okay, so there are coins, and it's lagging, but you just picked it up, and up at the top left-hand corner, there's a little blue font. It's really tiny, but it says 5 coins. And then over here, this would be a door. Okay, these goes over to it. Yeah, this is insane. Lag. Okay, well. Huh. Okay, well now it's loading, so cool. Basically, that would take you to a random scene that it chooses. So this one, it chose the store. So, whoa, this lag is crazy. So anyway, the sword you'd be able to purchase, but we don't have enough because I didn't collect enough. So it would cost 10 to purchase the sword, and it would equip to the character through the actual script. But I hope all the modes aren't like this. This is insanity. So anyway, this door will take us to one of 2 random locations, and I hope it's the other one, so we can show off the other thing. This is crazy. This doesn't lag. Okay, cool. It took us to this room. So basically, depending on how high the player is compared to an object, it'll either show them above it or below it. So so right now, the top of the character's head is above the, I'm trying to get behind this crate. Wow, this is nuts. Okay, so you are below it right now, and then if I go up, I'll be behind it. Okay, we're over there. Oh, almost there. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, you can see. Oh, no. Oh, there's behind it. Yay! So that works with like all these objects. So let's just, we'll just, for now that works. So, it's crazy. Yeah, maybe relaunching it will fix it. We can try that. So next off, we'll show the verses. Alright, so the verses just has the new objects and the new actual picture in the scene. So currently the character's not able to move in it, but that's we just added this and implemented it. It has the hitboxes, it's just the character hasn't been introduced to the actual scene. Then Eric, you want to try fastest? See what happens. Yeah, you want to grab it? What's that? Yeah, survival. Oh, wow. That looks great. But anyway. Okay.
It's still
Okay, so something's going on with this computer. But basically, now we actually have animation. So if you move and attack, Terrence, it'll actually show. Yeah. Wow. You have to figure out what's going on.
Here's your animation.
Yeah, and you can actually attack characters too, and you can kill the enemies. So that's been implemented. When the player actually takes the mash bay to kill them.
I promise.
Yeah, there we go. It's a little buggy, but yeah. Yeah. So the enemies will actually play a little attack animation. They'll die. When the player gets hit, stuff shakes. We actually also have rounds increase the difficulty. This is like insanely hard to show when everything is like this. Oh, no, there we go. I think we should get a new computer for in here.
Yeah, that's.
Actually, wait a minute. Is this running off a flash drive, or what is this running off?
Are you running from the desktop?
No, That's-
That's why. We figured it out.
Game developers.
Sorry, I feel you.
the lag.
The same thing.
You guys are just so excited to show everything.
Can you just shut up and take one look?
Gotcha.
Put it back.
Oh, I put it on fantastic, so it looks beautiful.
Fantastic.
All right, yeah. All right. So the one thing is the animations were put in last night at like 5 a.m. So they're a little buggy. So you can start attacking. It's only during the attacks. So this is a little buggy. So like right now he's facing right and stuff, but the enemies die. They'll actually also play an animation, and you can't stop. If you get hit, the screen will shake a little bit. Which I don't know if it's doing.
I don't think
No? Wow.
Must be the hardware good.
Yeah. So the waves do get harder. So you'll see as he goes through these enemies, as you go through these enemies, they'll start spawning out the bigger ones and stuff like that. See, that's what I was saying.
We're getting
It's a
so
little,
lucky with the spawner. Like, oh man.
yeah. So it's a little bit of luck because it's basically smaller enemies have a higher. There we go. There's a big guy.
Kill the big guy.
Yeah, one in. It's yeah.
Two big guys.
Yep. There we go. There you go. So then he'll kill some of them, and yeah.
They don't shove you anymore.
They shove you, but it has to do with the other ones pushing into them, and it's nearly fixed. So
It's fine. You don't see that.
yeah. And then the last thing we want to show off is yeah, the mini boss. So if you go to bosses, yeah. So the last thing we'll show off is the mini boss that we created. Yeah. So basically, this guy goes around. He does lightning strikes. He shoots. He moves around. Yeah. So those are some like sample art for what the actual stuff will be. So yeah, he does 3 different attacks, and like these types of enemies will fight alongside of regular enemies. So this was just for us being able to show him working, but this is what we have basically so far for the first mini boss. And that's pretty much it for this week. You can't kill him. Yeah. All right. So thank you, and hopefully we'll be able to show everything this upcoming week without the lagginess that we experienced.
Ah, it works. Yes, it doesn't do the weird thing. Hi, everybody. My name is Brandon. I'm the art lead from Coil. I haven't done one of these in like 3 weeks, I think, because I've just forgotten to do them. I showed in week 5 the Megalo Vampire, and it's just that again. We have to redo some texture work that we're working on. The ghoul, so In week 5, I just showed off the concept, and now we have a low poly and high poly version of the model, and we're going to work on unwrapping and texturing him this week. So hopefully we will have a texture for you guys next week. The Strix, the vampire owl man that we're putting on the vampire side, he has a more detailed concept art now. We're working on turnaround poses. That's a more detailed view of his hand and his head. I like him a lot. I think he looks real cool. Concept that we're working on for the Plague Doctor as well. For the vampires, he's a little bit different than the rest of the vampires, kind of like the Strix. And then here is the Grand Templar model in ZBrush. That's just a rough poly paint. It's not final. So hopefully we will also have a texture for him next week along with the group. And then we'll be all wrapped up and finished. The Inquisitor that the online student did, when I showed it off week 5, Friday, did not have a texture. Now it does, because he finished that up between Friday of week 5 and the end of week 5. The same concept art for the environments that I showed, and then we started modeling the environments as well as doing some test textures and setting up the environment, putting pieces together, making sure things fit correctly, and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you.
So there's no Mortal Coil build? Next. Next.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Harlan, project lead for Oddity, and we currently have a decent amount of the basic mechanics needed in play. We've recently got the dialogue working. Is it in the implement? There you go. So we can actually talk to characters and have responses with them, allowing us to actually progress through the story and things of that nature. We're working more on getting more dialogue for Act 1. That way we can actually progress through the story, get ourselves killed, and eventually lead up to an actual conclusion for this demo. We're currently working on the different stills for actual interaction with the characters. We still have the navigation. We're working on polishing up some of the textures just for the different rooms. And I believe we're still working on the inventory system so we can collect more items and use them throughout the game. Is there anything else I missed?
Besides that, the first major act scene is nearly complete when it comes to the art assets and stuff like that required for it. All that really left to implement would be the inventory system and the puzzles that the designers are currently working on, and we have a couple good ideas to start off with.
So we should pretty much have almost everything needed to actually start completing the game and have a playable Act 1. So yeah, we're just working on finishing up all the art, polishing everything, and getting a nice story together, at least through narrative. So that's pretty much it.
Hey guys, Tyler from Hoboken. We don't have anything to show this week. We're still trying to figure out exactly how to put together what our client wants. There have been some setbacks with that. Trying to figure out how to put a full vector map together right now has caused us a few different issues, especially with the resources that we have and the maps that we've been given. So that's sort of where we're at, is just sort of trying to figure out exactly how to give our client what we want or what he wants and moving forward with that. Hopefully moving forward we'll have more to show you. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Adam, assistant lead on Oxygen. We have a video. We did have some issues with the build. It is compiling right now, actually. What happened was we had one of our new designers did a commit, and something happened with one of the scripts, and we're trying to get that fixed now.
University, and this is the progress overview for today, Friday, October 30th, 2015. The current build now demonstrates the ability to pick up the INS tablets and the tablet be removed from the level. Previously, the prompt collect evidence displayed, but the Bion Info tablet remained after the button press. There are plans to make